Performance anxiety and how to fix it.
Your heart races, your palms sweat, and your mind goes blank at the exact moment you need it most. This isn't a character flaw, it's your nervous system doing exactly what is evolved to do, just aimed at the wrong target. Today, we are breaking down performance anxiety into two problems and three fixes. Problem number one, biological wiring. Your body runs on two competing systems, sympathetic system and parasympathetic system. Sympathetic system is your emergency response. The moment it fires, your body reroutes its resources. More blood and energy to your heart, to your brain and muscles. Less to digestion and immunity, and that does not need it for the next 60 seconds. It can separate between a real threat or a stressful conversation, a big presentation, or a moment where you are in your bed before your partner. The chemical signal is the same, whether the threat or danger is real or just perceived. And the parasympathetic system is just the opposite. It helps you rest, digest, and that will keep you calm, regulated, and functioning day to day, every day. At rest, it's supposed to work dominant. If left unchecked, it will make your heart rate go higher than normal. That is your parasympathetic system quietly running your body. Here's the problem, performance situations, a date, a talk, a job interview, a intimacy time can flip your body into sympathetic mode. Even though there is nothing life threatening danger, as a result, your anxiety and your performance are working against each other. Problem 2, the psychological trap. Even once you understand the biology, there is a second layer, what you do with your attention. The famous tightrope walker Carl Olenda, performing decades without incident because his focus is only in the walk. But in his late career, by his family's account, his focus shifted from the walk to not falling. Management researchers use this case later to describe that when your focus shifts from the actual work to the failing of that work, performance suffers. The shift from the task to the fear of failing in that task is often called the Olenda effect. This shows up constantly in everyday performance anxiety. The goal quietly changes from have a good time to don't embarrass myself. The moment you think this, your brain is scanning for failure. Then you no longer present for what's actually happening. You are narrating and judging yourself instead of participating. Underneath that is often a self-esteem question. People carry performance anxiety, always have a pattern that they always harsh with themselves. They always talk to themselves in bad manners. Whatever happens, they only think that they are the reason that is happened. No matter what they did or do or doing, always apologizing, even though there's nothing they have done wrong. The nervous system picks up that self doubt fast. Worry in the mind shows up as tension in the body almost immediately. Guys, if you didn't see my this video, please go and check that video. It's going to help you a lot, and if that help you, please like, comment and share. How can we fix this? I have three solutions. One, communication, second, confidence, third, techniques. So solution number one, Communication. Anxiety loses power the moment it's spoken instead of carrying silently. Naming what you are feeling to a partner, a colleague, or whomever in the room does two things at once. It interrupts the internal spiral and it turns a solo struggle to a shared moment. Hidden anxiety tends to grow. Acknowledge anxiety tends to shrink. This also means compartmentalizing well. Stress from one part of life, money, family, work, doesn't stay contained unless you actively manage it. So, building a habit before you come into a conversation, a intimacy moment, a presentation, make sure you take your anxiety outside of the door, then come in without that anxiety. It will help you in long run. Solution 2, confidence. Confidence have two parts. One, what you display, and one, what you feel. And they don't have to arrive together. What you display, you can change immediately. Open posture, steady eye contact, a slower and lower voice, sentence that end with downward tone instead of tailing up like a question, and deliberate pause instead of filler words. People read those signals in a fraction of a second and they trust body language over words. Adjusting your display isn't fake, it's aligning your signal with the competence that you have, even while your nerves are still catching up. What you feel is slower to build, and it's built in one way through real and repeated experience of succeeding the thing. Direct mastery experience is the strongest driver of genuine confidence, stronger than pep talks or encouragement from others. So, build a ladder of small wins, easy to hard and hard to professional, and let the felt confidence catching up to the display confidence over time. Now, solution 3, techniques, the most important. When I say technique, I mean learn dirty talks. Learn her like you are mapping a treasure island. Touch her the way she wants to be touched. To do that, play a game with her. The giver chooses one spot to explore, and the receiver gives feedback on what they like when it comes to location, here, lower, right, left, angle, the direction of touch, speed, faster or slower, pressure, more pressure or low pressure. When you isolate the feedback options, you make it easy for the receiver to direct the giver to what she likes best. You can start a pleasure loop game in non-sexual way. Try it with back scratching. Everyone knows how to direct their partner to scratch and itch just the right location. Angle, speed and pressure. And think about how when you are receiving your partner's instruction on how to scratch your partner's back, it's easy to set your ego aside and focus on scratching the way she like. Once you comfortable with the giving and receiving feedback, you can apply the same skill to sex. Use the pleasure loop game to encourage your partner to give you signs when you are on the right track. When a hunter is tracking game in the forest, they get a boost of motivation. Every footprint, broken branch, or bit of snagged fur they spot. Each sign gives the hunter a hit of dopamine because he knows he is on the right track. Positive signs keep us motivated, and when there are none, we tend to get frustrated. Most important all, remember, If you love your partner, treat her like a treasure. Keep your ego to the side because there is no room for ego in the love.